Thank you so much. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster, and thank you very much, Video Master. Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Let me ask you a question. Think about or recall about the moment at your school. It might be at high school or undergrad or graduate, and a class or moment of a class where your instructor was giving an example and you felt that example was not appropriate for a particular ethnic group. Maybe a group of some of your friends or other people. And please raise your hand if you couldn't feel comfortable or concentrate in that class, or you skipped that class because of that reason. Thank you very much. So this is something I'm going to talk about today. Since I'm getting interviews based on the diversity, equity, and inclusion for my applications to some faculty position in the universities, and I have to tell them what are my planning to promote that. So diversity, equity, and inclusion, in brief, they also call DEI, is that refers to policies or programs that promotes or encourages the active participation or equity participation of any groups of individuals based on the different diverse groups such as ages, races, ethnic groups, culture, gender, sexually oriented, religiously oriented, and so on. And that is not limited to those only, but also based on the skills, experiences, and those all. So DEI is the program which is devoted to promoting and encouraging the people to behave appropriately to the whole group. And this is very important in any organization to achieve the goal of that organization. And this is more important in academic setting because this is in teaching, learning, and research environment. If we cannot maintain that environment properly, that may not concentrate us in that regard, and that will be very important in the academic setting. So today, I would like to present here with you all, share my plans, how I can contribute from my side for the organization or university where I will belong to in the future as a faculty member. So I'll be focusing on 3 aspects of my plan for my contribution. The first one, how I can contribute in my teachings, and how I can contribute in research, and how can I contribute that will be helpful for promoting both together in the combined effort. So let me start with the teaching. In the teaching environment, whenever I enter inside the classroom, I used to feel like if I give some example that makes me feel comfortable or makes me feel laugh, that will make others feel laugh. But that was not true, because something I make a joke about was I used to affect somebody in bad way that I realized later. So that is something happening unknowingly, not only for me, but for others. And how can I promote that is usually among the students, I prefer to use the active learning environment in order to reduce that effect. And active learning environment is in such a way that I divide the students in the group, several groups, and they work on the groups. And whenever they are working on the groups, and I also encourage them, if somebody says or if some activities you feel is inappropriate, either tell him or her personally by maintaining the politeness, or if you feel not comfortable, just let me know and I can tell him or her in office hours in a way that she can be motivated, or she feels like that was not appropriate for some groups, because I have felt that and I have those experiences. So active learning environment I prefer to use in order to reduce that. And the other one is office hours. I prefer to allocate a lot of enough office hours so that I can try calling individuals, whoever is feeling because of those reasons. For example, like English. I had very bad English, and I was feeling like I used to feel very shy, and I couldn't express my ideas properly, or even I try to hide myself from being expressive. And I used to call them students in my office hours, and I encourage them. I also had those experiences, but feel free with that. And these are some of the examples I want to imply there to promote. In terms of research is the environment in which we are getting mostly one-to-one setting, and in that cases, I can motivate them in any regard of being as friendly as possible, so that they can share what I have been doing inappropriately or those things, and I can improve myself, and I can tell them improve in that way. And in the combined effort, I have a plan that can be useful for their undergraduate research or even graduate. So my plan is I want to make a survey that collects the data from all the students, faculties, and all the people in the university. And that survey includes the questions related to diversity, inclusion, and equity efforts. For example, the questions like, what are the bad words or inappropriate words you heard in the classes, or what are good words you heard, or what percentage of the words you heard are not good, or something like this. And then I'm using those data to my students for their undergraduate research using like sentiment analysis and data analysis and machine learning tools to bring the percentage of the bad or inappropriate word in regard of DEI. And then we can project how we are doing in regard of DEI, and we can tell our equity action plan committee to act accordingly, and either in terms of curriculum or those. So in this way, I can contribute in that regard. So to sum up, and any organization will be benefited if it leverages its resources appropriately in terms of DEI, and I'm hopeful that I can contribute in the equity action plan of the university I belong to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Subas. I like the mix that we had. We had laughter, yoga, and then diversity.